It's 2:47 a.m. I'm sitting on the cold linoleum floor of my apartment kitchen, my laptop open to the email that just got me fired from the ad agency I spent 6 years grinding to climb in, and I can still smell her sickly sweet vanilla coconut perfume on my husband's hoodie draped over the dining chair. For 3 weeks, I've been pulling all-nighters on a $20 brand pitch for the biggest client in our state, the one that would have made me partner, the one I'd only shared with two people in the world, my husband Jake and my ride-or-die best friend since college Leela, who also happened to be my creative director. I thought the late nights at the office were killing our marriage, thought Jake's distant stares were from stress at his own job, thought Leela's constant check-ins were her looking out for me. The first punch to the gut hit when I opened Jake's car door to grab his forgotten wallet that morning and found a printed copy of my full pitch deck, annotated in Leela's handwriting, tucked in his glove compartment. I'd frozen, my throat closing up, because I'd only ever sent that deck to my personal email, never to either of them. I'd raced home, sick to my stomach, and checked our home computer, only to find Jake had installed keylogger software on every device I owned, had been feeding every line of my copy, every creative twist, every data point to Leela for months. That's the first reversal. I thought they were just cheating, the cliché husband and best friend affair, but this was worse. They weren't just sleeping together, they were stealing the entire life I'd built, planning to take the pitch, take the promotion, and leave me jobless and broke once the client signed on. I collapsed on the floor, sobbing, convinced my life was over, until I remembered the trap I laid 2 weeks prior, after I'd noticed a single line of my copy had showed up in a random internal memo Leela had sent. I'd embedded a hidden digital watermark in every single slide of the deck, a unique code linked to my copyright registration, and added a fake, intentionally flawed consumer data set that would completely tank the pitch if anyone used it without my final correction. That's the second reversal. I wasn't defenseless, I'd already built the noose they were about to slip their own heads into. I'd spent the next 48 hours gathering every piece of evidence. The keylogger logs, the text messages between Jake and Leela talking about how to push me out. Once the pitch landed, the bank statements showing Jake had already started transferring our joint savings into a secret account he shared with her. That's the third reversal. This wasn't a spur-of-the-moment betrayal. It was a 6-month-long plan to ruin me, to take my career, my money, my home, and leave me with nothing. The final pitch was scheduled for 10 a.m. that Friday, live-streamed to the client's global team, and Leela stood up on that stage, grinning like she'd already won, and started presenting my deck word for word, slide for slide. I walked into that conference room 3 minutes into her pitch, quiet as a shadow, and plugged my laptop into the projector. That's the fourth and final reversal. I didn't just scream or cry or call them out, I let the client see the watermark pop up on every single slide, let them watch the fake data set blow a hole in their entire strategy, then played the audio of Jake and Leela plotting to steal my work and ruin my reputation, for every single person in that room and every client executive watching live to hear. Leela was fired before the end of the call, blacklisted from every major agency in the country within 24 hours. Jake lost his job the same day when his company got wind of the fraud, and I filed for divorce that afternoon, using the evidence of his hidden assets to take 100% of our marital property, no negotiations. The client called me that night, offered me the partner track position I'd worked for, plus a 6-figure bonus to lead the campaign. It's been 8 months now, I'm in the corner office I always dreamed of, I sleep through the night without checking my locks, and I've learned the hardest lesson of my life. The people who know exactly how to break you are the ones you let get closest. But the ones who survive the break, were the ones who build something no one can ever steal.